Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1, Episode 42 of my show. This is about Episode 40 of Season 1, and this is also the actual start of the Dark Masters Saga, because if you guys remember, Episode 41 of my show was an actual episode of my show, but it wasn't about an episode of the first season. It was an episode of character bios on the 4 Dark Masters and stuff. So I tried uploading this video a bit yesterday, and I kept having a bit of problems. So I hope today it goes better this time around, and I'll just see how it goes with this one. And also, one last thing, like I said when I did the character bio video last week, I said that at the start of the Dark Masters Saga, after the Dark Masters Saga, we have 2 more videos to do. After that, I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Now, this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1, Episode 42 of my show, but this is about Episode 40, and Episode 40 is appropriately titled Enter the Dark Masters. Now, the way this episode starts off, it starts off with Python's character looking through the little looking glass thing that he has. He's like, those pitch players are frozen with stage fright, hopelessly waiting for the moment when they'll be saved. And then Metal Sukamon is like, I say we cut straight through the punchline and go straight to the action. And then Puppetmon is basically saying that would be boring. He said that they better pull out all the stops and give them what they paid for. And then Paimon is in agreement with Puppetmon. He's like, I'm in complete agreement. The Digidestin will be on Spiral Mountain soon. We must rehearse before they get here. It will be their final performance. And then he's like, Metal Seedramon, Machine Dramon, Puppetmon, I present to you the downfall of the Digidestined. And then in the next scene it shows the Digidestined showing up in the digital world again, and then they're hearing this noise, and then what happens is after that, they start running to where it is, and then Kari stops them, and then basically what happens is Mimi and Palmon find Chuumon. And what happens after that is basically Mimi is wondering where Sukamon is, because something must have went wrong, because Sukamon and Chuumon were always like inseparable and stuff. And this is what I meant when I said, when I did the episode where I introduced Sukamon and Chuumon, when I said it was a technical character, because Chuumon shows up as a physical part and Sukamon shows up as a referential part. I just thought I'd get it out of the way. And basically what happens after that is, he says that they're so glad that they came back to save them and stuff. And then the next thing he wakes up again, and then basically what happens is he said that he wasn't dreaming. It really is them. And then Palmon's wondering what happened to Sukamon. And Chuumon starts crying and saying that he lost them, and it shows a flashback scene of what happened a little while after they left File Island. Like, I think a little while after they left File Island, and all the adventures that they had after they went back to the human world to fight Myotismon and stuff. I'm just speculating, I'm not really sure. He says that Sukamon and him went on with life as usual, which in their case is eating, and more eating and stuff. It's kind of funny. It's funny, really. It is. It's just so funny. Anyway, continuing on, then he said that all of a sudden, then in the flashback scene, there's this shaking, and then this crevice opens up and it swallows Sukamon, and then this dark energy shows up, which I think is caused by the Dark Masters themselves. I'm not really sure. Anyway, continuing on, but before I continue, if you guys remember, I always used to upload, I did try to upload this video yesterday, for the summer I upload, every Wednesday, Thursday, but I'm just gonna do one this Friday instead. And then I'll go back to my original plan for the week. Like for when the fall comes, I'll go back to Thursday, Friday for uploading. I just gotta get that out of the way. This is the only Friday I'll upload. I gotta get that out of the way anyway. He said that he never saw Sukamon again after that. A powerful dark force took over the land and causing all bad things to happen. And then it rebuilt the entire digital world so it would be more easier to conquer, which I explained when I did the character battles for the Dark Masters. I think it was their doing that caused that. I'm really not sure, but I think it was them. And then Ty's saying that the digital world has changed from how it was before, and he said that what's different, and then Chuumon freaks out, and then basically what happens is he said that everything's been like discombobulated and taken apart. Oh my god, and then he said that there's nothing left of the old world except some ruins and stuff, which is I think the ruins where Easy saw the markings in episode 11 of my show, but about episode 10. Again, I'm not sure, I'm speculating. Anyway, he said that the whole other world's been relocated up there, which is Spiral Mountain. Like I explained when I did the character battles for the Dark Masters, I said that they ruled over a separate section of Spiral Mountain. And then Ty's wondering if all the other Digimon are up there as well. And then what about? And he's asking Chuumon, what about Leomon and the others? Are they up there too? And then Chuumon says that he doesn't know, but from what he's heard, they'll destroy anyone who tries to get in their way and stuff. And then Mimi's wondering who will, but basically what Chuumon means by that is the Dark Masters, who I explained in the character bio video. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then Ty's saying that they couldn't be too much tougher than any of the other evil Digimon they fought in the past and stuff. And then Chuumon freaks out at that. He's like saying that that the Dark Masters will wipe the pants right off them and stuff, which is kind of funny. It's a bit funny. It's not a lot funny, but it's a bit. It's a tiny bit funny. Anyway, continuing on, Mimi said that Chuumon doesn't have to worry as long as they're together. They'll keep the Dark Masters off them, and then Metal Digimon shows up, and then the Digimon start fighting him, and then their attacks don't work, and then Mimi's wondering why he's beating them so easily, and then when Izzy looks up his character bio, he says that it's because he's a Mega Digimon, and like I explained, a Mega Digimon, when I did the last video for the third arc, like the second last video for the third arc, I explained how tough a Mega Digimon is. I said even like when I did the character battles for the Dark Masters, I didn't get a chance to explain it when I did the Morning Mary. I didn't get a chance to. Sorry about that. I didn't get a chance to explain it when I did episode 38 of the 39 of my show. But about episode 38, when I introduced Venom Myotismon, even 8 champion Digimon combined, they can't defeat 1 Mega level Digimon. That's how strong a Mega is. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, and then Metal Digimon's like, now it's time to take one nasty ride. And then he's like, now it's time to take one nasty ride. And then he uses his River of Power attack, and which I explained a bit earlier. When I did his character bio, I explained it. He uses his River of Power attack to blow them away, and then what happens after that is they're in this area where there's fog, and then Angemon's wondering if TK is okay, and then he hears this noise in the distance, and he goes off to find it, and then there's these 2 yellow blasts of energy, which is caused by Machinemon's character, as I explained. And then when Machinemon's character bio shows up, like when his profile shows up on the screen, he's like, "This is Machinedramon. This metallic nuisance can blow out a Digimon just like a birthday candle." Oh my god. Which is kind of funny. It's a bit funny. and then their partners all digivolve to the ultimate level and stuff. And then after that, Tai says that and then after that, Tai basically says that he wants them to show him what they're made of. And then Kara makes a bit of a joke about that, saying that she hopes that they're made of something strong enough. And then Digimon repeatedly uses his Giga Cannon attack and energies to stop them. And what happens after that is basically but when he repeatedly uses his Giga Cannon attack, he causes the ground to crumble, and then they start falling and falling, and then they stop. And then they realize that then Garurumon and Garurumon start fighting each other. And then what happens after that is basically Matt and Sora are wanting to stop fighting, but they can't stop themselves because their bodies are doing it all on their own. And then Izzy realizes that they become string puppets and someone's operating them. And then there's this voice in the distance, which is Puppemon's voice saying, well, aren't we a little smarty pants? And then Izzy's wondering who he is, and then Puppemon uses his strings to control Izzy to make him show his profile. And then when Puppemon's character Bao shows up, Izzy says that basically Puppemon is a Mega Digimon with a nasty temper, kind of mad and a poppy with his hammer. And then Mimi kind of insults him a bit, where she says, if you really want to hit someone with that hammer, you better hit yourself with how you look in that stupid helmet. And then Puppemon's like, I'm gonna have to let you go for now, but I promise to destroy you. And then he uses his puppet ball attack to shoot them with the bullet part of it. And they end up in this like Coliseum place. And then basically what happens after that is basically what happens after that is then this weird clown starts showing up, and then he tells them a story about the Jetson having to climb this toughest spiral mountain to the dismay of the Dark Masters defeated them, so sad and stuff. And then DK saying that no one likes his story, and he says, oh, I'm sorry, did I not mention the story is true? I wanted to give you a little twist of the plot. And then the clown turns into Piedmon's character, and then Chuumon freaks out, he's like, it's Piedmon! And then, when Piedmon's character Bao shows up, Chuumon is saying that Piedmon is a mega fan of Digimon of the worst kind. You never know what he's going to look like next. Like, that's what I explained when I did his character bio as well. And then Izzy, Tai is basically saying that he thinks Piedmon's plot needs a few rewrites and stuff. And then he and that have Agumon and Gabumon warp Digivolve to their mega forms. But, when they fight him, Piedmon beats him so easily and stuff, using his Trump sword attack, which is that attack where he throws his sword out of his body. And then once Metal Garurumon and Wargreymon are defeated, he's like, your two Megas are low league Digimon. How do you expect them to compete with the more experienced and might I boast superior Digimon? And then this is reminiscent of what I did when I did my bonus character map. Please allow me to introduce my fellow actors in this comedic comedy of captivating and charming comedy of errors. But I like to say comedic because it sounds kind of better with comedic. I just thought I'd get it out of the way. And he's like, Metal Dramon, Machine Dramon, Puppetmon. And when Puppetmon shows up, he's like, hey, you thought you were through with me, but I wanted to have some more fun. And then Piemon's like, and myself, Piedmon, we'd like to begin by giving audience volunteers who would like to be the first to be destroyed. Because we destroyed that, I'd like to say died. To die, because it sounds, like I said, it sounds better with died or something. And then Mimi starts, like, Paimon says that, come now, don't say all have stage fright. And then Mimi starts freaking out when she said she didn't want to go to summer camp in the first place. She just wanted to go to the mall. She wanted to be in, won't get without any responsibilities and get to, save this stupid world and stuff. And then this also is reminiscent of what I did when I did Paimon's character bio. He said, your insistent whining is getting on my nerves. You will be the first to go. Now this is kind of why I didn't like Mimi's character in this episode, because it was actually her fault that Chuumon died, because if she hadn't done that whining in the first place, Paimon wouldn't have suggested that she would have to die first, and then Chuumon wouldn't have had to throw himself at Paimon and be deleted in the process. And after that, after Chuumon is deleted, Paimon says that he was a fool, and then basically what happens after that is, in the next scene, Paimon says that now that Chuumon's out of the way, who would like to be the next one to make their grand exit? And then basically what happens after that is, Tai says that Paimon will be washed up when they get through with them. And then basically what happens is later on this Flash shows up, and then Digimon uses his little barrier to get them away from the Digidestin, away from the Dark Masters. And then, but later on, Paimon and the Dark Masters find them, and then Piximon says that they needed them to get to the top of Spiral Mountain. And, but before that, Tai was saying that it said it was possible for, Piximon said it was possible for them to save the planet if all 8 of them were together and stuff. And then Piximon is basically saying that the truth is being together is not enough, they need something more to beat them. And then he uses his spear to whack them to get them close to Spiral Mountain. And then in the next scene, in the next part of the scene, Paimon said that, how could such a puny little Digimon hope of defeating us? And then Piximon is like, just call me a crazy little Digimon. And that's basically where the episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, just please give it the real best you guys can. And I'll see you guys next time. Keep it digital, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to upload this yesterday, guys. I just tried to get that out of the way. So like I said, again, keep it digital.